It is composed of those whose intellectual and spiritual perceptions have revealed to them that civilization, not just the civilization of the United States, but worldwide civilization, has a secret destiny. Secret, I say, because this high purpose is not realized by the many. He also discussed the order of the quest in another of his books entitled The Secret Teachings of All Ages. Not only were many of the founders of the United States Masons, but they received aid from a secret body in Europe. Mr. Hall does not say who this secret body in Europe was, but it appears to have been the Illuminati, formed in Bavaria, now part of Germany, in 1776, about the same time that the founders of this nation were creating the United States. He continued, which helped them to establish this country for a particular purpose, known only to the initiated few. So America had a particular purpose, a secret destiny, known only to the Illuminati, the Masons, and the Order of the Quest. Mr. Hall further told us who at least one of the group known as the Order of the Quest was. He wrote this on page 134 of The Secret Destiny of America. Benjamin Franklin spoke for the Order of the Quest, and most of the men who worked with him were also members. So the Order of the Quest, the Illuminati, and the Masons created this nation with a secret destiny not to be known to the average American. And then Mr. Hall tells his readers where the evidence of this conspiracy can be found. These are the two sides of the Great Seal of the United States, and both have been reprinted on the back of every American dollar bill. Most governmental seals have only one side, so if the American seal has two, one side has no direct purpose. So it must have a hidden purpose, and Mr. Hall tells us that it does on page 181 of his book entitled The Secret Destiny of America, and in additional writings of his. There is only one possible origin for these symbols, and that is the secret societies which came to this country 150 years before the American Revolution. The Revolutionary War started in 1776, so 150 years prior to that year would be 1626, about the time the Pilgrims and the Puritans came to America. So Mr. Hall is saying that at about the same time the first settlers were coming to America, another group came who intended to set this nation up with a secret purpose in mind. Mr. Hall continued, the Great Seal was directly inspired by the Order of the Quest, and it set forth the purpose for this nation. And he added these comments in another part of his book. If the design on the eagle side is stamped with the signature of the Order of the Quest, the design on the pyramid side is even more definitely related to the old mysteries. Now this is the reverse side of the Great Seal again. Notice that the eye is above the pyramid and not resting on it. In other words, the work of creating the New World Order is not done as of yet. The Great Seal was created in 1782 and will not be completed until the eye finally seats itself upon the top of the pyramid. And all 45 of my years of research indicated that that date of that event was known to our founding fathers as January the 1st, 2000. And as I said at the beginning, I cannot explain why it did not happen, as these conspirators have planned it for 6,000 years. I believe that means that those who designed the Great Seal in 1782 knew exactly what they were doing. They were placing this nation on a track to some secret destiny, and they knew they had over 200 years to create the changes needed to bring it about. They knew that the American people would never approve of their secret destiny, and that was why they kept it secret and concealed in symbols in the Great Seal of the United States. These men had an evil purpose. They made their plans in secret, and there were two or more involved. Those are the requirements of the very definition of a conspiracy, which is defined by Webster's as a combination, meaning two or more people meeting in secret with an evil or unlawful purpose. And that is the word that describes the actions of the Founding Fathers. But the question to be answered is why the American people do not understand what all of the symbols on the back of the dollar bill mean. Probably less than 1 out of 100 citizens of America could explain the meaning of the pyramid, the eye, the eagle, or the Latin phrases. So all of these symbols are concealed because those who founded this nation were concealing a truth from the American people. And that truth is so evil that if the American people knew what it was, the conspirators would not be allowed to bring it into fruition. Now let's examine the symbols in the Great Seal of the United States. Let's start with the words shown in the red rectangles as annuit, announcing, septus, the conception of, or the birth of. The second phrase is novus ordo seclorum, and it means novus new, ordo order, seclorum secular, meaning world. So the phrase means the new world order. So the Latin phrases on this side of the Great Seal are translated to mean announcing the birth of the new world order. And this was incorporated into the Great Seal in 1782. The pyramid is another symbol, and it too has a hidden meaning. The student must question why the Founding Fathers even put a pyramid in the Great Seal at all, because there are no stone pyramids in the United States. And notice that the American pyramid on the dollar bill in the Great Seal is smooth on all sides. This is a photograph of a pyramid in Latin America, and you will notice that it is stepped, meaning the line on each side is broken by steps constructed out of bricks or stone. But notice one more thing. Twice each year, the sun rises in such a way as to shine only on the wall on one side of the stairway, revealing a snake of 6 segments, with the 7th being its head coming down to the earth from the top of the pyramid. And notice that the head of the snake has an open mouth, a symbol meaning the snake is apparently speaking to the people, revealing a previously unknown truth to them. This is a book entitled Mysteries of the Mexican Pyramids, written by Peter Tompkins. And this is a close-up of the snake's head on the ground in front of another of the stone pyramids. Notice again that its mouth is open. It would seem that the pyramid builders in Mexico believed that their god, the serpent, lived in the house on top of the pyramid and came to visit Earth twice a year to speak to them. These are the 3 most photographed pyramids in Egypt, and even though they appear to be stepped, they were constructed with smooth sides, and many of these smooth stones were removed during the early years for construction of the city of Cairo. You can still see some of the facing stones on top of the pyramid in the middle. So there must be, and is, another reason for the Founding Fathers to place a drawing of a pyramid in the Great Seal. Manly P. Hall discussed the pyramid in the Great Seal as being a model of the Great Pyramid of Giza near Cairo, Egypt. He wrote this on page 178 of his book entitled The Secret Destiny of America.